So I'd like to evaluate this limit here. The limit as x approaches 0 of the sine of 3x over 5x. And to do that, I'm going to rely on this limit that we've seen before. This one here that says the limit as x approaches 0 of the sine of x over x is equal to 1. And you notice there's a lot of similarities there between that one and the function I'm being asked to find the limit of. So to do this, right, well, let's start with the original limit. I need to make it look like the limit of my formula. I need it to be the sine of something divided by that same something. I can't have 3x in the top and something different like 5x in the bottom. So to make this happen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by taking that 5 that's in the denominator and factoring it out. That's one of my limit properties. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to get a 3x in the bottom instead of an x. That way it's going to match what I'm taking the sine of. So to do that, I'm going to multiply the denominator by 3, and I can do that if I also multiply the numerator by 3. If I do that, the limit turns into this. Now I'm getting closer. I have the sine of something divided by that same something, but to have it match what's in my formula over there, I really need it to be sine of x divided by x, not 3x and 3x. To do that, I'm going to make this little substitution. I'm going to replace u with 3x. Now, if I do that, the limit turns into this. And that's good so far, but I've got a little disconnect here. Now I'm taking the limit of a function of u, but as x goes to a number. I need these to be consistent. I need to either have this as a function of x, or I need to have u approaching something. And it's actually easy to make that in terms of u, because if you look at our substitution over here, I think it's pretty easy to see that as x approaches 0, u is also approaching 0. Right, so it turns out, and don't assume that this is always going to happen, all right? It's not. But it turns out this is the same as the limit as u approaches 0 of the sine of u over u. And we already know what this is, right? Because this is the same as this expression right here. Remember, the variable doesn't matter. You can use u, v, w, y, whatever. What matters is it's the sine of something over something as that something approaches 0, and that is always going to be 1. So if we replace that limit with 1, this becomes just 3/5 times 1, which is 3/5, and that's our limit.